A very good evening to all of you, friends. A very good evening to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exam. A very good evening to all of you. So guys, in this session, I'm going to discuss with you the very recent Women Reservation Bill. What does a student who is preparing for CLAT 2024 as well as for CLAT 2025 is required to know about the Women Reservation Bill, which has been passed in the special session of the Parliament just last week? So, in this session, I'm going to discuss with you everything that you are required to know insofar as your CLAT examination is concerned. We are not going into the politics. We are just going to stick to the law. What is the bill? What is the basis of the bill? What does the Constitution Assembly, the Constituent Assembly had to say about women reservation? What is it that the Constitution says about reservation? And what does the Women Reservation Bill talk about? So these are the things that I'm going to talk about, and I shall finish with a criticism about the bill. So these are the things that I am going to talk about. Entire knowledge of this session will be of great importance to each and every one of you. So guys, a very good evening. Let's get going. But before we start with today's session, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you All India Open Mock. This mock is live right now. It started on the 22nd of September and it's live till the 1st of October. So those of you who are planning for CLAT 2024, it is absolutely important that you guys sit and write this All India Open Mock. We shall be providing you with video attempts, the strategy for solving this particular mock, video solutions of all questions, and the ranking vis-a-vis other students, your ranking vis-a-vis other students. So this is a very important mock for you. So guys, let's begin. Let's begin this discussion of the Women Reservation Bill from the days of the Constituent Assembly. Now, the Constituent Assembly that was formed to create the Indian Constitution, the Constituent Assembly that was formed to create the Constitution of India, also had women representative. Now, there were 15 women in that Constituent Assembly. So, in the Constituent Assembly, women comprised 15 in number. Now, some of the biggest names were Vijayalakshmi Pandit, Hansa Mehta, Sarojini Naidu, and Sucheta Kriplani. Now, in the Constituent Assembly, when people came to represent their own places, they were all elected members. Now, there was no reservation in the Constituent Assembly for women. Number one, very important. In the Constituent Assembly, there was no woman reservation. Now, during the debates of the Constituent Assembly, there was a question whether there should be woman reservation in the assemblies, in representation. Now, what did the Constituent Assembly answer? What was the precise answer of the Constituent Assembly? The Constituent Assembly stated that women should not be given any reservation. But hang on, these things, what I am saying today, was stated by none other than the great Hansa Mehta, who was a part of the Constituent Assembly. So inside the Constituent Assembly के अंदर ये question arise हुआ था कि whether women should be given reservation in elections. Hansa Mehta, the great Hansa Mehta, says, and I quote, the average woman in this country has suffered now for centuries from inequalities. There are thousands of women today who are denied the ordinary human rights. They are put behind the parda, secluded within the four walls of their home, unable to move freely. In spite of all these, we have never asked for privileges. The women organization to which I have the honor to belong has never asked for reserved seats, for quotas, or for a separate electorate. What we have asked for is social justice, economic justice, and political justice. So the women who were there in the Constituent Assembly, stated that they do not want reservation because they thought, why should women be given reservation? Because they never felt that a man is superior than a woman. A man and woman are both the same, are at equal footing. So if two people are at equal footing, why should reservation be given? That was the precise argument when this question of reservation arose in the Constituent Assembly. The answer was given precisely by Hansa Mehta, who said that all that we require is social justice, economic justice, and political justice. Am I clear? So that was the reason that was given by a woman who opposed women reservation in the Constituent Assembly. Am I clear to each and every one of you? Is that clear? So this is the precise reason. हंसा मेहता ने बोला, हम लोगों को जस्टिस दो, हम लोगों को सोशल जस्टिस दो, इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस दो, पॉलिटिकल जस्टिस दो, हम लोगों को कोटा या रिजर्वेशन नहीं चाहिए. Is that clear? Now, let's now understand how after independence, after 1947, after 1950, when the constitution came into being, how did this concept of reservation evolved over the years and till date? Now, certain very important facet. The Constitution of India does not provide for reservation of seats for women in Lok Sabha as well as state legislature. The Constitution के अंदर ऐसे कोई भी प्रावधान नहीं है जिससे औरत लोगों को या वुमेन लोगों को लोकसभा या स्टेट असेंबली में रिजर्वेशन मिलेगा. Now, the 73rd and the 74th constitutional amendment in the year 1993 introduced reservation of 1/3 seats for women only insofar as panchayat election and municipality election is concerned. Constitution के अंदर ऐसे कोई प्रावधान नहीं है, number one. Number two, 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment जो लाया गया था in the year 1993, reservation was only provided for women to 1/3 seats insofar as panchayat and municipalities are concerned. But insofar as Lok Sabha and state legislature is concerned, there was no such reservation given to women. Now, the Constitution also provides reservation in Lok Sabha, reservation of seats in Lok Sabha, as well as in state legislature for SCs and STs. So SC ST का reservation जो है वो constitution देता है. Caste based जो reservation है that is provided under the constitution, but women reservation first came by virtue of the 73rd and the 74th constitutional amendment. Am I clear to each and everyone? Am I clear to each and everyone? सभी को समझ में आ रहा है? तो द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पहली बात तो कोई भी वुमेन रिजर्वेशन के बारे में नहीं बोलता है इन सो फार एज लोकसभा एंड स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर इज कंसर्न. फर्स्ट टाइम इंडिया में वुमेन रिजर्वेशन इन इलेक्शन आया था 73rd और 74th कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट के तहत पंचायत और म्युनिसिपल बॉडीज में. और तीसरी बात है हम लोगों का संविधान के अंदर there are provisions relating to reservation insofar as scheduled caste and scheduled tribe is concerned. Very important. Okay. Now moving ahead. Before I move ahead, BYJU'S exam prep brings to you CLAT 2024 comprehensive course, wherein we are providing you with 190 hours of live classes, 300 plus recorded videos, 55 mock tests, 10,000 plus practice tests and topic-wise tests, study material, doubt resolution, and the CLAT Ignite magazine. Those of you who haven't joined this particular course, requesting you to enroll for the CLAT 2024 comprehensive course. Now, in the recent past, the Union Law Minister, the cabinet called for a special session last week, right? Monday to Friday. So in the last week, a special session was called by the cabinet. Now, the law minister, the Union Law Minister, 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗋𝗃 introduced the 128th Constitutional Bill, Amendment Bill. So, Union Law Minister 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗋𝗃 introduced the Constitutional 128th, okay, 128th Constitutional Amendment Bill of 2023. What does it say? It provides reservation of 1/3 of seats for women in Lok Sabha, state legislature, and Delhi Legislative Assembly. So, insofar as Lok Sabha, not in Rajya Sabha, please mind you, does it provide a reservation for women in Rajya Sabha? The answer is strictly no. It only provides the reservation in Lok Sabha. Very, very important. तो लोक सभा में स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर और दिल्ली का लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली में 1/3 of the seats shall be reserved for women. Am I clear? Is that clear to everyone? So, Union Law Minister, who is the Union Law Minister? That's also very, very important. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗋𝗃. Okay. So, he introduced this 128th Constitutional Amendment Bill 2023, which shall provide 1/3 reservation in Lok Sabha, state legislature, and Delhi Legislative Assembly for women. Now, the biggest point that you must all remember is the fact that this reservation bill will not be enforced in the 2024 Lok Sabha election. No, it will be enforced only after the first census is conducted. Census मतलब हर एक घर में गवर्नमेंट के लोग जाएंगे और पूछेंगे आपका नाम, आपका परिचय, सब पूरा डेटा लेंगे. So that is the census. So after the census, which will happen probably around 2026, 2026 में के बाद ही सेंसस होगा, क्योंकि एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट किया गया था पहले कि the next census will happen only after 2026. So 2026 के बाद, so after 2026, very, very important, in the year after 2026 there will be a census. Is that clear? There will be a census. And after the census is complete, which might take at least 2 years, generally, because India is a very large country and you have the northeast, you have Jammu and Kashmir, you have those tribal areas. So to conduct a census of this huge populous country, and India is the most populous country, insofar keeping in mind the huge population of India, the census will at least take 2 years. तो 2 साल के बाद एक delimitation होगा. उसके बाद after 2 years there will be a delimitation. What is delimitation? What do you understand by delimitation? The constitute हम लोग का जो हर एक जगह है, पूरा इंडिया is divided into various constitutional areas, constituent areas. इस constituent areas में ही फिर से माप झाप करके बढ़ाया जाएगा सीट्स. And so for example, there has been already a delimitation exercise that took place in Jammu and Kashmir, which took around a year. 1 साल लग गया सिर्फ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में. तो ये delimitation भी और टाइम लगेगा, because the election commission and delimitation will take place under a former judge of the Supreme Court. There will be public hearing, there will be reports, there will be objections that will be called upon. So delimitation process is again a pretty heavy process. It cannot happen overnight. एक रात में नहीं हो सकता है, neither the census, neither the delimitation. So the Women Reservation Bill is proposed to be enforced only after an exercise of delimitation is undertaken, after the first census is conducted after this bill. तो ये बिल होने के बाद जो फर्स्ट सेंसस होगा, जो 2026 के बाद होगा, उसके बाद और एक डिलिमिटेशन होगा under the supervision of a former judge of the Supreme Court. Election Commission will be involved in that delimitation process. ठीक है, क्योंकि कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी क्या होगा, कहां एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट ये जगह शायद हाफ कर हो जाए, कोई जगह शायद जुड़ जाए. So the delimitation process will take place and it will again be a 2-year or 2.5-3 year time, because जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में ही लग गया था अराउंड 1 साल. ठीक है everyone? Is there everyone who is clear? Any doubt? Yes, delimitation under Article 82. Okay, redrawing the limits, yeah, the territorial limits of the constituency. हर एक constituency होता है, उसको उसका जो टेरिटरी है उसको शायद रीड्रॉ करना पड़े, किसी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी को बढ़ाना पड़े, किसी को घटाना पड़े, वो भी हो सकता है. Is that clear? Now, under this 128th Constitutional Amendment Bill, the reservation is provided only for a period of 15 years and it shall continue till as determined by a law in Parliament. So, under this Women Reservation Bill, the Women Reservation is for a period of 15 years. Very important, is for a period of 15 years. उसके बाद अगर पार्लियामेंट एक कानून लाके उसको एक्सटेंड करना चाहता है, the parliament is well within its rights and jurisdiction to extend that period of 15 years to more. Is that clear? Now, the bill also states that the reserved seats shall be allocated by rotation. Rotation matlab? Now, if it is for a period of 15 years, so if there are, suppose, I'll just give you an example. Suppose India has 5 seats. Example, A, B, C, D, E, F. ठीक है? तो पहली बार तो 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1/3 will be 2, 1/3 will be 2. So in the first election, suppose A और C को रिजर्व किया गया, सेकेंड इलेक्शन में B और D को रिजर्व किया गया, एंड द थर्ड इलेक्शन में E और F को रिजर्व किया जा सकता है. So it will happen like this. So A will not be reserved all throughout. A particular constituency will not be reserved all throughout. It will be reserved for one time. उसके बाद 5 साल बाद दूसरा एक और एक जगह रिजर्वेशन में आएगा. Am I clear? Are you understanding this? This is very, very important, guys. So in the first election, A और C को वुमेन रिजर्वेशन पे अंदर डाला, सेकेंड इलेक्शन में B और D को डाला, और थर्ड इलेक्शन में E और F को डाला. So on a basis, on a rotational basis, this particular women reservation will be implemented. That means every constituency will be reserved in the next 3 election. कोई ना कोई तो एक बार तो आएगा. Am I clear, everyone? Are you understanding? Very, very important. Okay. Now, before I move ahead, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT with BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive exam preparation platform, wherein we are providing you with free 3-day free trial access to all our courses. Go to the description box below, click, and you will get 3-day free trial access to all our courses. Now, what is the criticism about this particular bill? Now, I personally am in support of this women reservation, because they have been, women have been discriminated for centuries. Okay. Now, of course, in the Constituent Assembly, the kind of women, they were super privileged women. We had Sarojini Naidu, Vijayalakshmi Pandit, Hansa Mehta, all these great names. But if you see today, whether women deserve reservation, it's a big debate. I don't want to open up that debate. But the criticism about this women reservation, because you might get a particular passage which criticizes the women reservation. देखिए, एक पैसेज आ सकता है in favor of reservation, women reservation. एक पैसेज आ सकता है in against women reservation. So as a student who is preparing for a CLAT law entrance examination must be aware of both the sides. Both the sides. Now, reserving seats for women would mean that women would not be competing on merit. अगर reservation देते हैं women को, उसका मतलब क्या है? That women are not competing on merit. Now, in India, we have great judges who are women. The president is a woman. We had a Lok Sabha speaker who was a woman. So, we had a woman Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi. We had great woman Foreign Minister. For example, Sushma Swaraj, late Sushma Swaraj was a woman, a great parliamentarian. तो देखिए, आप जब भी रिजर्वेशन करेंगे तब लोग क्या सोचेंगे? लोग सोचेंगे, अच्छा, the women cannot compete with the men. That's why they are wanting reservation. Now, I personally am opposed to that. Women are at par with men in every walk of life. You see women CEOs of a company. You see women presidents of companies, vice presidents of company. So there is nothing that women are different than men. They should be put at an equal footing. Now, the moment you put every woman at an equal footing, there cannot be reservation. Is that clear? Because this, I'm talking about the criticism. आपके पास एक passage आ सकता है which deals with this. And the second criticism is that reservation of 1/3 of seats for women in parliament would restrict one person's choice. Now, I'll give you a scenario. Now, in India, there has been a lot of corruption in politics. There are judgments of the Supreme Court that deal with corruption, criminalization in politics. Now, suppose a constituency is reserved for women. And for example, let's say for argument's sake, there are two women who are contesting. And I, as a voter, I know that both these two women are corrupt. Can't I have a choice? And I know that this man is right. This man is good. But the man cannot compete because it is reserved for women. So is it not restricting the choice of the voters insofar as those reserved constituencies are concerned? Is that clear? Now, these are certain very, very important things that you as a student must remember. Because a passage, you are preparing for CLAT. I'm not getting into politics. I'm not getting into other things. But you as a student, आपको पता नहीं कि पैसेज में फेवर वुमेन रिजर्वेशन बिल के फेवर में पैसेज देगा, क्या वुमेन रिजर्वेशन बिल के अगेंस्ट में पैसेज देगा. तो यू मस्ट बी प्रिपेयर्ड एंड वेल थॉट आउट इन योर माइंड कि क्या है और क्या नहीं है. इज दैट क्लियर? Any question? I'll now take certain questions from you. Yeah, I'll take certain questions from you. Yeah, any questions that you have in your mind? Any questions? Any questions that you have? Okay. Yes, Pranjali, Jatin, Isha, Sania, Suhasini, Aditya. Any questions that you have in your mind? Any questions that you want me to reply or you have any comment on it? Please let me know. The fact that over 70 years of independence, India has witnessed only one female prime minister shows that the need of reservation. Yeah. True. I agree. That, for a long time, since our independence, we only had Srimati Indira Gandhi, who was the prime minister. We never had another prime minister. Okay. Of course, you can also say that we never had a woman Chief Justice of India. But we are very soon going to get a woman Chief Justice of India. Justice B.V. Nagaratna will become the first woman Chief Justice of India, but only for a short period of time. Yeah. Okay. You can also say that, in America, till date, you never had a woman president. Okay. A woman president, never in America. Yeah, it has happened. Now, what do? But woman has had many successful people who have been women. So we cannot discount that fact also. By doing reservation for women is somehow making the woman section weak. No, I don't believe that. But, the criticism over here says, Isha, that, if somebody is reserved, that means he cannot compete with the meritorious guys. That is an impression. But I personally see, if you ask me personally, I support the women reservation because it's the need of the hour. Now, how many parliamentarians today are women and how many are men? And if you see the population, it's around 50-50, men and women 50-50, more or less. Some year it will become 53, some year it will become 47, that is okay. But generally it is 50-50. So why should in the parliament women go unrepresented? Is that clear? Am I clear to all of you? Okay. Any other question, any other comments, any other questions that you have? So guys, do share this session with your friend. This is a very important session that we are having on our YouTube platform, and we will have a deliberation in our apps, in the paid batches, of course, later on this. Okay. Now, before I end, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT 2024 UG test series. So we are bringing up with a test series, 25 CLAT mocks, 15 ALIT mocks and 15 OLIT mocks. BYJU'S Exam Prep also brings to you CLAT 2025 comprehensive course, 380 hours of live classes, 300 recorded videos, 55 mock tests, 10,000 topic practice question, 10,000 practice tests, study material, doubt resolution, and the CLAT Ignite magazine. Before I end, a very important reminder to all of you. BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you the All India Open Mock for CLAT, which is live between 25th of September and the 1st of October. Register now. Link is given in the description box below. We will provide you with video attempts, the strategy, video solutions of all questions, and your ranking vis-a-vis other students. So guys, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on our Instagram channel, do like our Facebook page, join our Telegram channel again, and do not forget to download the BYJU'S Exam Prep app today. Is that clear? With this, we come to the end of this session. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. Bye-bye. Take care. Good night. Thank you. All the best. All the best.